Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the chapter matter. Okay, this chapter is in your IT syllabus. So let's revise it. At first, what is matter? So if we look around us, we see a number of things like water, soil, stones, plants, minerals, animals. So they are all made up of different types of materials and are called matter in science. Okay, and chemistry is a branch of science that deals with the study of various kinds of matter. Okay, so chemistry is a branch of science that deals with study of various kinds of matter. Okay, now what is the definition of matter? Matter is anything that has mass, occupies some space and can be perceived by our sense. That means matter is not only that which we can see or touch, but also which we can feel, like air. We cannot see or touch air, but we can feel it. Okay, now thus water, air, sugar, oxygen, hydrogen, steel, they are all different kinds of matter because they have mass and occupy space. Okay, so matter is anything that has mass, occupies space and can be perceived by our sense. Now matter offers resistance too. Okay, here resistance means the obstructions that offered a force in the opposite directions. Okay, so resistance is an obstruction that offered a force in the opposite directions. So if you try to walk during an air storm or lift a bag stone, you experience some resistance. Okay, that means you experience some opposing force. Now what is matter made up of? In ancient philosophers had different beliefs about the nature of matter. Greek philosophers believed that all kinds of matter made up of fire, water, air and earth, while ancient Indian philosophers believed that all kinds of matter are made up of sky, 5 elements, sky, air, fire, water and earth. Okay. Now Maharishi Kanada, an Indian philosopher, was perhaps the first to suggest that matter is made up of very tiny particles called anu. Okay, so matter is made up of very tiny particles called anu. It is known as molecule. Okay, and which is formed of further smallest particle called paramanu. Okay, it is known as atom. So atom is the smallest particle of an element, and atom is the smallest particle of matter that exhibit all the properties of that matter. You have to remember this. Atom is the smallest particle of matter, or atom is the smallest particle of an element, and they exhibit all the properties of that element. Okay, and they usually do not have independent existence, and whereas molecules have independent existence. Okay. And both these particles, atom and molecules, are too small to be seen through a naked eye or through an ordinary microscope. Okay. However, number of particles in matter can be very large. A drop of water contains 10 to the power 21 particles of matter. Now, what are the characteristics of matter? Point number 1, particles of matter are very small. There is an experiment I have already discussed in the previous class. Particles of matter have interparticle space between them. Point number 2, particles of matter have interparticle space between them, and the space between the particles of matter is called intermolecular space or interparticular space. Okay. Point number 3, particles of matter are in constant random motion. This point is very important. Particles of matter are in constant random motion, and Robert Brown gave the evidence for the existence and movement of the particles. Okay, and what is Brownian motion? Haphazard and random motion of suspended particles on the surface of a liquid or in air is called Brownian motion. Okay, so what is Brownian motion? Haphazard and random motion of suspended particles on the surface of a liquid or in air is called Brownian motion, and Robert Brown first noticed this, and it is called as Brownian motion. This is Brownian motion. This zigzag motion is called Brownian motion. Okay. Next we come to diffusion. What is diffusion? The intermixing of two or more substances due to the motion of their particles in order to get uniform mixture is called diffusion. So the intermixing of two or more substances due to their motion is called in order to get uniform mixture. Okay. You have to write this point, in order to get uniform mixture. This is called diffusion. Okay, point number 4, the characteristics of matter. Particles of matter attract each other. So there exists intermolecular force between the particles of matter and which keep them together. This is called intermolecular force of attraction. Okay, a piece of chalk can be broken easily while a piece of coal require a greater force to break, because their intermolecular force is greater than particles. Intermolecular force between the particles is very large than the intermolecular force between the chalk particles. Okay, now the states of matter. The magnitude of intermolecular force of attraction, intermolecular space and random motion of particles of matter lead to the three main states. There are three main states of matter: solid state, liquid state, gaseous state. In solid state, solid has a definite shape and a definite volume. Okay, so solid has a definite shape and definite volume. For example, wood, stone, iron. A liquid has a definite shape but no definite volume but no definite shape. So liquid have no definite shape. Okay, and gases has neither a definite shape nor a definite volume. Okay, now kinetic theory of matter. So what is kinetic? What are the main postulates of this theory? Point number 1, matters are composed of very small particles called atoms and molecules, and the constituent particles of a kind of matter are identical in all respect. That means in an element there all the atoms are of same kind, and these particles have space or gas between them. They are known as intermolecular space, and the force exists between the particles of matter which hold them together is called interparticular force of attraction. Okay, and the particles of matter are always in the random motion. Okay, and that possesses kinetic energy. Anything that are moving or can possesses kinetic energy, so which increases with an increase in temperature and vice versa. So kinetic energy increases with increase in temperature. Okay, next we come to explanation of state of matter based on the kinetic theory. So based on this kinetic theory of matter, matter have three states: solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. Solid state, in solid state particles are very closely packed, that means they have large intermolecular force of attraction and intermolecular space is negligible. Okay, and the intermolecular force is negligible, and that makes the solid hard and rigid and fixed. They have give them a fixed size and shape, and solid have low kinetic energy. Next we come to liquid state. In case of liquids, the particles are not very closely packed. The intermolecular force of attraction are not as strong as in the case of solid state. Okay, and the molecules are loosely packed, hence liquid can more compressible, and it makes a liquid flow and take the shape of the container into which it pours. Okay, so liquids has a definite volume but no definite shape. Next, gaseous state. In case of gas, there is the intermolecular force of attraction is negligible, and the intermolecular space is very large. Okay, so as a result, gases have neither a fixed shape nor a definite volume. Okay, and they completely fill up the space available to them. Now all substances that can flow are called fluids. Both gases and liquids are called fluid. So both gases and liquids are called fluid. This is very important. Next we come to the table. They are the properties, difference between properties of solid, liquid and gases. We have to read this. Next we come to interconversion of state of matter. So what is interconversion of state of matter? The phenomenon of change of state of matter into another state of and back to the original state without any change in its chemical composition. Without any change of its chemical composition, it is called interconversion of state of matter. So this change of state is caused by two processes: one by changing temperature and two by changing pressure. Okay, so by point number 1, change of state of matter by changing temperature. So when the substance in solid state is heated, it changes into liquid, and after some time on further heating, it liquid changes into gases. Okay, on cooling the reverse cases happens. This can be explained by the following example. One example is given. What is a liquid in ordinary temperature? So when it kept in a deep freezer, it cools down and changes into ice at 0 degrees Celsius, and ice when kept at room temperature, it again changes into liquid. It changes back into liquid state. So this reverse case happens.